Well, another day, another dollar. I definitely needed to get home early yesterday. I wish I was like that every day, but then I wouldn't be able to afford anything, or like rent, bills, so on and so forth. So we can't do that, but I doesn't mean I wouldn't appreciate it every so often. But it's not raining. I came outside to go to lunch expecting it to be like sunny because it was sunny when I came out and moved my car earlier. But I forgot that it's 4 o'clock, and as Delaney was like, yeah, it's nighttime. It's nighttime now. Anyway, though, today, very, very slow. Not a whole lot going on. When I come back, I have to go up front, which is very whack, which is very cringe, but, it's just one of those things. Also, today, and I'm trying to think about how I could do the vlog this way, and I think with the lack of content, I will be able to do it, because today is so slow and nothing's going on. Today is the 6-year anniversary of me starting at the company. It's wild that I was just a 20-year-old kid with no clue what the was going on. Actually, yeah. I was trying to think, is it 7 years? No, it's 6. It's definitely 6. It's just 20, 21, 22, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, 6 years. Okay, jeez Louise. 6 years at the company. It's just wild to think that I've been here for that long. I don't know. It's just weird. It's super weird. Weird. Just like today. But we're suffering through. We're gonna make it work. We will finish the day. So to commemorate my 6 years at my job, which today is my 6-year anniversary of working there, I kind of want to tell the story of how I got the job and what life looked like around then. So it's 2019. I just finished my associates in education and college. I didn't have any offers to go anywhere else for track. And the summer prior, I had quit my first job at the drive-in for, well, that's a story for potentially a different day. And being 20 years old with no job experience, I needed to get a job. I just needed to. I didn't have school to lean on anymore. I wasn't going to pay more money to take more classes at the local community college because I had my associates. I didn't need to take more classes. I needed to go to a different school if I was going to finish my degree, but my bachelor's. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Or beside the point. So I applied to a handful of places, grocery stores, major retail chains, and was either ghosted or told no, or interviewed, and then, we'll get to you in 48 hours. And then before I even got to the parking lot, I got a rejection email, which, fine. But one of my mentors heard from another one of my mentors that I was struggling in the job hunt, and she worked at this small local pet food store, and they might be hiring. I should put in an application and see how it goes. So I get the application, I fill it out, and when I'm going to go drop it off, they say, hey, let Corey know, or tell the person up front that you're dropping off an application for Corey. So I go in, I drop it off, Corey comes down, and she's like, oh, I've heard a lot about you, I'm so excited. When works best to interview? And kind of go from there. I come to find out later that Melinda had been gassing me up to no extent, that I was this God's gift to retail, and that I was they were told that it would be a huge mistake if they didn't hire me, which also, what I found out after the fact, is they were not hiring. Melinda pulled one out of her hat to get me a job. And I'm just I've learned all of this years later, and I'm still very stunned that I got a job to begin with. So I show up to my interview with my sweater, my collared shirt, my dress pants, and my tartan Vans, which I think is what got me the job. Corey, my former manager, huge fan of Vans. And the shoes were quite literally what got my foot in the door. No pun intended. Well, we were able to have a conversation about the shoes, and then I sat down with JP and her and showed them just how little I knew about holistic pet food. But as I've also learned by being a manager and being a part of the hiring process, starting with a clean slate versus having to break all of your bad habits to teach you new things, much easier to do. And that was that. I got a call a couple days later saying, hey, you want to start on December 17th? Well, actually, it was like orientation, but my first like real shift was December 17th. I said, yeah, I got a vet appointment later with my dog. I said, okay, if I leave early. I said, hey, that's fine. And here we are. 6 years and 1 quit attempt and returned later, happily helping the community with their Trader Joe's for your dog, cat, and sometimes chicken. I know it's not like a groundbreaking crazy story, but like as you've seen, I'm sure, via all the other vlogs, I like to get reminiscent, and I like to talk about things that have happened in my life that I deem important, and I think getting this job was very important because obviously I've had it for 6 years. I've learned a lot. And it also, taught me how much I love helping people and how much I care about animals, I guess. I don't know. I that didn't quite land as the finale there. But that's why December 17th is important. I got a lot of very important dates in my life, and that is one of them. December 17th, 2019, I got my job, and it's been so fun. Well, that's a little much. It's been a good time for the most part. There's, with any job, there's ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been great. And whenever December 17th rolls around, I can't help but kind of like get, what's the word? Nostalgic. I can't help and think about 20-year-old Queso with no idea as to what he's doing, working a job, working retail. I still have no clue what I'm doing. The YouTube thing, like that's the goal, that's the dream, that's the vision, that's the end game. Everything else we'll figure out eventually. Even the YouTube thing we'll figure out eventually. 3 hours up front can do a lot to somebody's mental. But it also has me thinking I'm sad. Christmas is next week, and all of our decorations are soon to be gone. And the store's just going to look sad and boring and normal. We should be Christmas year-round. You heard it here first. Oh, another victory for the OGs! Taking out a walk day. Oh, man. What a long day. And I'm not looking forward to this drive home. Because I noticed right as I was getting to work earlier that my electrical problems that I've been having with my car for the better part of, I don't know, a month now apparently, they are only coming back. And after the mechanic swore up and down that it was fixed and yada yada yada, they're not fixed. So I'm gonna have to drive home with my left blinker going the entire time. Not a nice just over and over. And I'm not looking forward to it because it's like, it's rainy, people are already going to be driving like shit, and I don't want to contribute to any of that due to the fact that my blinker wants to be stupid. Anyway, though, another victory for the OGs. Today was pretty simple, pretty cool. Nobody cared that it was my 6th year. Also, I wasn't expecting anybody to really care either. But, it is what it is. I'm very excited though to be heading home. Gonna go get dinner. Actually, not go home. So we're gonna get that going and then head home, do a little stream, and then skedaddle. This vlog might be out of order because I kind of want to do a story time of how I got my job, and you hopefully by now have seen that, the story time side. But man, what a day at work. What a day. I'm over this front stuff. I'm over being front. It's whack and cringe. I don't like it. Not one bit. I understand though. I understand. I need to be up there. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy it, but I understand nonetheless. There's not even really anything of note to even talk about to end this video. Just, I hope you enjoyed the story of how I got the job. Also, let me know, do you want to hear the story of the other jobs I've had? I mean, like I told the story of the one of them in the biggest video I've ever made, but at the same time, there's also the job I had before that I almost died. And I don't say that like being like hyperbolic or with hyperbole. I'm not being facetious. That's like dead ass. Almost died. It was bad. That's also, I have the scar here and then the scar here. Anyway, though. that'll do it for me tonight. We'll catch you guys right back here tomorrow.